Are you sitting comfortably?
Will Smith, who is the main character,
who is gorgeous.
Yes.
He is a gorgeous man.
He helped.
And he's getting more gorgeous with age. The face. How do you have a face that symmetrical?
Well,
That's
he did
incredible,
look.
isn't it?
Now, the two things, he did look quite. He did. I could see.
Dashing.
Yes, he could see. He was looking very good, but also very old. Like in a
No,
way
but
of
old in a sexy
yes,
way.
is what I'm saying. He was. He looked very. Yes, he looked well for his age. But you can tell he's getting older. He's not the Fresh Prince anymore. He's like a old dusty.
He's still
prince.
my Fresh Prince.
I know,
William.
I know this. But I think that Will Smith helped carry the movie along.
Well, he's got big muscles, so he can carry things.
The word I would use for focus is colourful.
What you mean in terms of
Visually,
style? Yes.
it was very colourful, and I
Well-
liked that. And the posters for it are very colourful as well. In his, the only thing I can remember is his sunglasses
Yeah.
that he's wearing in the movie poster are very colourful. And then when I was watching this, I was thinking, this is drawing me in with a lot of
You
colour.
make it sound like he's wearing Dame Edna Edwards.
I just thought, though, when I was watching this, basically the film is a lot about focusing on
Stealing things.
yes, stealing things, but they were teaching you about touch
Stealing our
points.
money in the foyer.
Yeah, stop interrupting me, for God's sake! Right, so basically, it was like focusing.
It's just little side
Yes, I know,
notes,
but you
know.
keep going. And that is it. And that. And that. And that. And that. Like, anyway,
I
but
say,
yes,
it's
here you go again.
It's up to you. It's up to you to force your opinion on me. Will
All
you?
right,
Come
well,
on,
listen to
come
me
on.
right now. Listen
Let's
to
do
me
it.
right now.
Yeah,
All right,
chuck
so
it in, Mike.
basically-
Come
I will.
on.
Yes, all right, here we go.
Right.
Right.
Don't let me interrupt
No,
you.
I won't.
Force it
All right,
out.
I will.
Yeah.
So basically,
Come
you
on.
put me under a lot of pressure now. It's all about touching. So he was like, if you touch your
Oh,
arm
really?
here,
So sort of
so
like
basically
a-
you
oh,
can
okay.
then take a wallet from someone else with your left hand. If you're touching someone on the arm with your right hand, they're focusing on that touch. Basically, it stops the people focusing on what you're taking with your other hand. So basically, and he was just showing you this. And there was a funny point where they're in the snow for some reason. I don't know what was that all about. But he was showing her, Will Smith was showing the girl from Neighbours who how to steal things without her knowing. And he was stealing her ring and her watch and her handbag.
And her underpants.
Yes, and we were expecting her to be completely naked in the snow. But she was like, oh, stop taking my wallet. And then, oh, stop taking my ring. And he was like, yeah, it's all about focus, man. And
What?
I don't know. He was basically saying it's all about the focus. It's all about where you touch people and what you do. It sounds really awful. And but what I was thinking is that what? Oh no. Because I was
This
gonna,
is why I
no,
interrupt.
it's because I was going to use an example, but we haven't discussed that example.
What example?
We were going to discuss the part where he was doing the massive gambling with the Chinese businessman.
Yeah, with the Chinese businessman. Okay, so there was a part.
Set the scene. Set the scene.
Okay, so they're watching a football game, and Will Smith has apparently, in our opinion, already gambled a lot of money away, accidentally, because he mentions previously that he's sort of gambled in the past, and we as an audience are invested, thinking, oh no, he's gambling all the money away. What are they going to do? So then he decides to gamble even more money away by saying, if you, please, gentlemen, could guess which. Choose a.
It starts small.
Choose a
doesn't
football
it?
player.
It starts.
Choose
small.
a football player,
Yeah.
and we will. My lady here from Neighbours will guess the football player that you're guessing. Anyway, they know what he's going to guess, apparently, because all of this has been fake up until now, which means we've been wrongfully invested in the emotion on screen.
Can I just quickly interject that basically he's got all of this money by basically getting a team of people to go into like big old festivals and whatnot and steal a lot of different pricey sort of watches and oh my goodness me! Basically a lot of watches, necklaces, handbags, like just purses, money, whatever, and then selling it on. Well,
Yeah.
they're making the money, and that's how they get a lot of money. I didn't want you to just think he was just some millionaire going crazy gambling.
No, but I think it would work just the same. But in order for him to guess the football player correctly, they've had to manipulate him behind the scenes for, I don't know, what, days, weeks,
Well, the
earlier?
whole day, they were putting this number
ridiculous.
in. Yes, he explained that he said that the number that Sorry,
Yes,
you're looking
but
awfully bored. Sorry,
because,
Roo.
Because this is a long explanation.
I know, I'm not very good. Go on, take it
I
away.
think they actually do this in the movie. They have to explain everything to you, but they do it obviously via flashbacks and things where we see that he's had lampshades put in his flat in the shape of the number 55. Well, I don't know, 55. The number's been shaved into the side of his dog. Or his underpants say that they're size 55 on all of a sudden.
Yes.
Or they've redone his birth certificate to say that he was born in 1955.
Basically,
they've gone to all this
yes.
trouble. They've written 55 in the sky, and I'm like, the money that you've spent on doing all this,
yes.
just keep it.
Yes, exactly. And it's basically
been just as
psychologically, he's chosen player number 55, and then girl from Neighbours comes along and goes and sees one of their colleagues in the number 55 shirt, and she's gone.
No, I don't think anybody who hasn't watched the film is not going to understand the way this scene works. But basically, the thing is that they go to so much effort. They go to a lot of effort to manipulate somebody into losing their
money,
their gamble, their bet.
Yeah, their bet. Yeah.
It's a bit like, you know, when
doubling the money. Basically.
When people say it's harder work to not do any work, to cover your tracks, to prove that you've been working when you haven't been doing any work. It's like if you're at work not doing anything, just browsing Facebook, you have to kind of keep track of how much work you're not doing in order to brag that you've been doing the work.
Yeah,
you may as well just do the bloody work because it's more work not to do it.
This is true. But throughout this movie, since that scene, throughout the whole movie, I was thinking, is there something in here that we should be focusing on? Is there something that psychologically keeps happening throughout the movie that I was thinking this. I was thinking, right, now I'm going to have to focus on this movie, focus on the movie, because I'm thinking something is going to be coming up like a cat or something like that, keeps walking around. And I'm just thinking, is there going to be a big finale when they'll be like, look at this cat, it's all part of the movie, and we all go, oh, cats.
I've seen movies that do twists. As you know, I'm a big fan of the Saw franchise, so as a result, I've watched lots of other movies that do big twists because that's what I'm looking for now. And I didn't feel that this did it well enough. I mean, it did that gamble trick on us as an audience where we go, okay, so we can't necessarily trust everything that's been said. But as it turns out, we can't trust anything.
No.
Because it's just full of moments where Will Smith says, I am my own father.
Yes, that was a bit of an odd one. But it kind of...
I faked my own death and impregnated myself. That kind of thing.
I was waiting for the dun-dun-dun.
No, I think we've done enough of that.
Yeah, okay.
And by the way, those aren't spoilers.
Yes, they're not. But I don't know. I just thought that
some of them are.
No,
which ones?
Oh, I don't know. Who knows?
No, who knows? Who knows which ones are?
Which ones? What?
And which ones?
Oh my God!
No, there was just too much of that. Too much of that. You can only fool your audience so many times before we just settle into our seats and go, well, I'm not going to believe anything then. I'm not going to invest my emotions in any of you characters because you keep messing with me.
It was full of things of going, I didn't see that, and then you kind of go, and then like at the end.
But you didn't see that because it wasn't true until that point. Yes, do you know there weren't... It's just like they literally just switch direction on you because that would be called twist. Yeah. That's a swerve. They won't see that coming. But no, it needs to be peppered with all this. It needs to be a stew. It needs to
bubble. It needs to bubble away.
It needs to be a real living world where we just overlooked certain things, not where we were deliberately misled by the filmmaker. At least not that many times.
I think, in its defence, I think it was very entertaining. It did keep me sort of watching the film. Didn't make me sort of looking at my watch and thinking, God, I want to leave.
No, it was chilled out, fun, sort of comedic elements in there.
Yes, and you enjoyed Will Smith with his shirt off.
Indeed, I did.
Yes, which I thought he was going to do anyway. But I just thought it was a very...
I needed to change seats.
You did. I thought it was a very interesting film. It kept me gripped throughout, and there was points where I was kind of going, oh my goodness me, but in a fact of just because I was getting caught up in the moment, and it did sort of drag out, like the Chinese businessman gambling $2 million on some football player.
That went on for a bit.
Yeah, the ending was very twisty-turny. There was a point at the end where I thought a big something was big was unveiled at the end, and it kind of then had to think back on the movie.
Unfortunately, it wasn't Will Smith's genitalia.
No, it's sorry, Roo. But I kind of thought I then had to backtrack throughout the movie.
Genitalia isn't a sexy word, is it?
It's not very, no. Something was unveiled. It just made me think, now I've got to think back on the movie, on how this person fit into the movie, like fat into the movie.
I thought
how he fitted
about.
in.
I thought when that happened, I thought, is this making me want to rewatch the movie, or is this making me disregard the movie? Now, a good twist makes you think, oh wow, that was kind of in my face, and I never noticed. Whereas with this one, I thought that was you deliberately misled us. It was a bit like Bobby being Lucy's killer on EastEnders.
Yes.
All these confirmed suspects for months and months on end, none of them Bobby, and just so in the end, on that fateful night on EE Live, they could go, it was Bobby, duff, 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 and everybody's sitting there like, thanks for that.
But
Thanks for wasting our
all
lives.
through the movie, all the characters were going, you lied, you have deliberately done this, and so now we're doing it as the audience, which I think is a clever idea. But when, like I said, I had to
you're right there, you're right.
I was then missing the ending because I was thinking, well, hang on a minute, how does he fit into this whole movie now? Like, because it is hard to explain without giving you the spoiler.
Don't do it.
To the audiences,
I'm here primed with my spoiler trumpet.
No, to the audience, obviously, this is sounding like, just another foreign language. But to us...
No, it isn't.
Well, no, because we're not giving away what we're talking about.
But you're talking about the fact that there's a twist. That's enough. They don't need to know what the twist is.
Well, there's a twist.
And the twist is not necessarily the most satisfying twist in the world.
No, but it does make
it's,
you...
if anything, one of the most frustrating.
Yes, it is, because like I said, it makes you really think about the whole movie it makes you think of how this character fits into the movie now and how he's going about it. Because there was a scene where it just didn't make sense.
I changed my mind. It's not frustrating. By that stage, you're just rolling your eyes. Oh. You're thinking, now that was just one extra twist we didn't need.
Yeah, okay.
You could have found some other way out of that. Now you're just like toying with us, like a cat would toy with a dead mouse.
Maybe, but. You'll just have to watch it and find out.
Pummeled with twists. It's
yes,
enough.
You will.
Give us a rest.
Calm down.
So, in order to fool the Chinese man, they were shaving 55 into the side of his cat and dog and all the rest of it. But they also subliminally played music to him, one of the tracks being Sympathy for the Devil, which contains quite a lot of woo-woos.
It does indeed.
And woo-woo in Mandarin or something means 55.
Yes.
Which I thought was very clever.
Yes, and I was extremely excited when that started happening, because I do love that song. And there's actually 124 woo-woos in Sympathy for the Devil.
124, that's a few, isn't it?
Yeah, so that is enough for any Chinese businessman to think 55. And
as soon as it came on, you leaned over to me and said, "Can we play this on the show? Can we play this on the show?"
No, oh please, Granddad Roo, please Roo, can we play this on the show?
Every time Will Smith got shirtless, you were looking at me. I saw you in the corner of my eye, you turned your head.
Yeah, because all throughout the trailers you were like, I hope he gets his shirt off.
No, I wasn't saying this. You're making it up.
You were thinking that.
How could you possibly tell?
It was projecting on the screen.
If you knew what I was really thinking, you'd know that I was thinking, I hope he gets his trousers off.
Right. Well, that's why I was miscommunicating there. I'm clearly not really up to scratch.
And that is not why I was watching the movie. I was hoping for Focus to impress me narratively in terms of its storyline, and one of the only reasons that kept me there to the end was Will Smith's beautiful face.
But going back to the woo-woos, I thought that was a very clever twist, because obviously they started playing this song, and I thought, oh, is this just a mood song, keeping in time with what's going on in the scene. I mean. And then when he said, "Oh, we put this on the iPod dock, and this was woo woos, 124 woo woos, 55. Oh, it was really good. Picks 55. Oh, I got $2 million. Out I go. Bye." You
could sort of say that is one of the kind of twists I was talking about, where it's in your face, it's there, the evidence is there, it's happening, but then a new context is reapplied, and it suddenly makes more sense, rather than just rewriting the script,
like
which
making chandeliers of 55.
I don't appreciate. Yeah.
Like I said, colourful. Will Smith was very good. It was a good entertainment, good for a night out if you want to go and watch just a movie to kind of enjoy for a couple of hours.